Have you ever wondered if the events in your life are mere coincidences or if they follow a larger plan, a fate written especially for you? Maybe at this moment you feel drawn by an invisible force, as if the universe had led you here to read exactly these words. Yes, I speak directly to you, because nothing in this life happens without reason. In the introduction to our topic today, we are faced with the question of all questions: is it fate or coincidence that determines our lives? This question not only touches the depths of our being, but also sheds light on the infinite possibilities that present themselves to us every day. She invites us to think about the importance of our decisions, encounters, and seemingly accidental events. To explore this question, we will share personal stories of people who have been at the intersections of chance and fate. We talk about the man who met the love of his life by changing his usual way to work, or about the woman who got a life-changing job after she happened to read the right book at the right time. These stories are not only testimonies of the mysterious ways of life, but also examples of how the universe mysteriously communicates with us. In our video, you can expect a journey through the multi-layered aspects of fate and chance. We will explore how the universe speaks, sets signs, and gives guidance, and how we can learn to understand them and use them for our lives. It's a journey that invites you to delve deeper into the secrets of your own life and maybe even find the answers to questions you didn't dare to ask before. Next, we dive into the fascinating world of science, which can help us understand the fine tissues from which our universe is woven. Quantum physics, a keystone in our understanding of the cosmic order, opens the doors to a reality that goes far beyond what we can see with our naked eyes. She teaches us that on the subatomic level, things are not as they seem. Particles can be located in two places at the same time, and observation alone can change the state of a particle. Imagine entering a room, and your presence alone changes the color of the walls. This is the kind of change that quantum physics causes in our understanding of reality. But how does this affect our daily lives? This is where the butterfly effect comes into play, a principle of chaos theory that states that an event as small as the beating of the wings of a butterfly in Brazil can trigger a tornado in Texas. This idea helps us understand that even the smallest actions and decisions we make can have a big impact on our lives and the world around us. It teaches us to take responsibility for our actions and to recognize the power we have to set change in motion. Finally, we have to consider the role of the observer. In the quantum world, reality is not understood as a fixed, unchangeable quantity, but as one influenced by the perception of the observer. This means that our perception, our thoughts, and our faith have the ability to shape our reality. This concept not only opens a door to hope and potential for personal growth, but also emphasizes the deep connection between spirit and matter, between the observer and the observed. Now that we have a fundamental understanding of how science is changing our view of the universe and our role in it, we are ready to dive deeper into the mysteries that shape our lives. Are you ready to recognize and interpret the signs that the universe sends us? Stay tuned, because next we will talk about the language of the universe, signs and synchronicities. Now we are entering a realm that is considered by many to be the most mysterious and at the same time most revealing, the language of the universe, expressed by signs and synchronicities. Have you ever experienced that certain events in your life were so perfectly timed that they could not be dismissed as a mere coincidence? Maybe you thought of someone you haven't seen for a long time, and suddenly that person calls you. Or you come across a book that provides exactly the answers to the questions that concern you at that moment. These are not coincidences, they are synchronicities, delicate but powerful signs of the universe. Synchronicities serve as signposts that indicate that we are on the right path, or as warnings that make us rethink our direction. But how can we learn to recognize and interpret these signs? The first step is to open up to the possibility that the universe communicates with us in a language that is beyond words. It requires mindfulness and the willingness to look for meaning in every moment of life. It's about hearing the silence between the sounds, recognizing patterns in the coincidences, and seeing the extraordinary in the everyday. The stories of people who have changed their lives by understanding these signs of the universe are numerous and deeply moving. Let's take the example of a young woman who was at a crossroads in her life, uncertain about the next step. One day, during a walk, she found a feather on her way, a sign that had a deep meaning for her personally. This seemingly small moment inspired her to pursue a long-cherished dream and ultimately led her to a fulfillment that she could never have imagined. Such stories remind us that the universe speaks in diverse and sometimes mysterious ways, and that it is up to us to listen and respond. Now that we understand the mysterious language of the universe a little better, we will next talk about the tools available to us to deepen and strengthen this communication. Stay with it, because in the next chapter we will dive into the world of intuition and gut feeling, your personal channels through which the universe speaks directly to you. Welcome to the chapter dedicated to one of the most wonderful gifts we have been given, intuition. She is that quiet voice in us that knows what to do long before our mind has formulated the answers. Intuition is the whisper of the universe inside us, a direct line to a deeper wisdom that lies beyond rational thinking. But what exactly makes intuition such a powerful means of communication between you and the universe? Intuition is like an inner compass needle that points us in the right direction, even when we are in a sea of uncertainty. It is the sum of all our experiences, perceptions, and our unconscious knowledge that leads us to insights that our conscious thinking alone might never have achieved. It is as if the universe gently guides us through our intuition, gives us hints and insights that help us on our way. In order to strengthen your intuition and hear more clearly, there are a number of practical exercises that you can integrate into your everyday life. Meditation is such an exercise. It helps to minimize the noise of everyday life and to direct your attention inward. Another powerful tool is keeping an intuition diary in which you capture intuitive insights and the events that follow. This can help you to recognize patterns and strengthen your trust in your inner voice. It is equally important to consciously create moments of silence in which you can simply be and give your intuition space to express yourself. Science is just beginning to decipher the phenomenon of intuition. Studies have shown that intuition is associated with the processing of information in our brain, which takes place on an unconscious level. It is as if our brain assembles puzzle pieces without us being aware of it, and then presents us with the finished solution in the form of a gut feeling. This process involves in particular the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for complex thinking processes, and the limbic system that controls our emotions. These findings suggest that intuition is not so much a mystical phenomenon as a critical part of our cognitive abilities. With this deeper understanding of intuition, we are now better prepared to further open and strengthen the channels to our inner self and thus to the universe. Next, we will explore how the law of attraction can be used as a tool to swing in harmony with the universe and turn our dreams into reality. In our next chapter, we will turn to a principle that is as old as the universe itself, and yet represents a new discovery for many, the law of attraction. It is a principle that states that we can shape the reality around us through the power of our thoughts and feelings. Imagine you are a magnet that attracts everything that matches the frequency of your thoughts and emotions. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, responds to the vibrations you send out and brings you experiences that correspond to these vibrations. The law of attraction works through a simple but powerful premise: the same attracts the same. When you think and feel positive, you attract positive experiences. But how exactly do you put the law of attraction into practice in order to manifest your wishes? The first step is to gain clarity about what you really want. Visualize your wishes as vividly and in detail as possible. Feel what it would be like to have already reached them and hold on to this feeling. Next, it is crucial to strengthen your faith. Doubt and fear are the biggest obstacles on the way to the manifestation of your dreams. Replace them with trust and positive affirmations. Finally, act. Take measures that bring you closer to your goal, even if they seem small. The universe will realize your commitment and meet you. The stories of people who have realized their dreams through the law of attraction are numerous and inspiring. There is the story of a woman who wished for a life in fullness and began to live daily in gratitude for what she had. Over time, new ways and opportunities opened up for them to improve their financial situation. Or the story of a man who dreamed of a career as a writer. By focusing his thoughts and energies on this dream and working on it every day, even if it was only a few words, he finally found a publisher who believed in his work. These stories show us that the law of attraction is not a magical formula, but a way of life that requires us to consciously think about our thoughts, feelings, and actions. It teaches us to live in harmony with the universe and to be open to the infinite possibilities it offers. Now that you know the basics of the law of attraction and how you can use it to cooperate with the universe, you are ready to dive deeper into the practice of manifestation. In the next chapter, we will explore the role of meditation and mindfulness in deepening our connection to the universe. Now we open ourselves to the silent, but powerful practices of meditation and mindfulness, which not only allow us to dive deeper into our own being, but also to build a more intense connection to the universe. These practices are much more than mere relaxation techniques. They are keys that open the doors to an expanded perception and to the fine vibrations of life itself. Meditation allows us to go beyond the noise of everyday life and enter a state of silence in which we are open to the subtle messages of the universe. She teaches us to calm our minds and clarify our thoughts so that we can recognize the signs and guides that are constantly present around us. Mindfulness, on the other hand, encourages us to consciously experience every moment, to fully focus on the now. This practice helps us to recognize the beauty and wonders of life that we could otherwise overlook in the hustle and bustle of everyday life. For those who are new to the world of meditation and mindfulness, there are simple exercises to start with. A basic meditation technique is focusing on the breath. Sit or lie down comfortably, close your eyes and fully focus your attention on your breath. Observe how the air flows in and out without trying to control it. When your thoughts wander, gently steer them back to your breath. Even a few minutes of this practice daily can have a profound effect. Mindfulness can be integrated into every moment of your day. Start by consciously experiencing an everyday activity, such as brushing your teeth or walking. Pay attention to every movement, every sensory impression, and when your thoughts digress, bring your attention back to the present action. This practice of mindfulness promotes a deep sense of connection with the here and now, which in turn opens the doors to a deeper connection with the universe. The stories of those who have experienced profound changes in their lives through regular practice of meditation and mindfulness are numerous and diverse. Some report increased clarity and creativity, others report an improved ability to deal with stress or deeper, more meaningful relationships with the people around them. These experience reports serve as a powerful reminder that by learning to look inward and appreciate the moment, we open ourselves to a richer and more fulfilling experience of life. With these tools in hand, we are now better equipped to open and strengthen the channels to our deeper self and the universe. In the next chapter, we will explore the challenges and strokes of fate that are part of our life path and how we can understand them as lessons and guidance of the universe. In this chapter, we turn to one of the deepest and often most painful aspects of our journey through life, the strokes of fate and challenges that we encounter. It may seem paradoxical, but often it is precisely these difficult times that offer us the greatest potential for personal growth and transformation. They force us to go beyond our limits, confront our deepest fears and finally reach a deeper, richer understanding of ourselves and our role in the universe. But why are such challenges necessary? In our life path, difficulties serve as catalysts that make us pause, reflect and often change direction. They reveal strengths that we did not know we possess and teach us humility and gratitude for the gifts of life. Every stroke of fate carries a lesson in it, a message of the universe that guides and shapes us. In these times, it can be challenging to maintain faith and stay in touch with the universe. But it is all the more important to turn to the practices of meditation, mindfulness, and prayer. They serve as an anchor that connects us with the deep wisdom and support of the universe, even if everything around us seems to be in turmoil. Joining communities that share spiritual practices or offer support can also be a powerful source of comfort and inspiration. The stories of people who have overcome their greatest challenges are shining examples of the immeasurable power of the human mind and the loving leadership of the universe. Let's take the example of a man who thought he could never leave again after a serious accident. Through unshakable faith, hard work and the deep conviction that the universe would not charge him more than he could carry, he not only took his first steps, he finally ran a marathon. Or the story of a woman who experienced a deep personal tragedy and found a way through her grief to help others in similar situations by founding a foundation. These stories are powerful evidence that even in our darkest hours the light of hope and transformation shines. Embracing these chapters of our life story means recognizing the full spectrum of human experiences and appreciating the wisdom they bring with them. They remind us that, although we may not always be able to control our circumstances, we always have the choice of how we react to them. And in this choice lies our power and our freedom. As we now approach the end of our journey, I invite you to think about the steps we have taken together and how you can apply the insights you have gained in your own life. We are now at the end of our extraordinary journey, a journey that has guided us through the deepest mysteries of the universe and the unfathomable expanses of our own soul. This chapter serves as the keystone of our journey of discovery, a moment to pause and reflect on what we have learned along the way. We have discovered that the universe speaks in a language that is beyond words, through signs and synchronicities that guide and support us. We have learned that our intuition and gut feeling are powerful tools to communicate with this infinite consciousness. The law of attraction has shown us how we can shape the reality around us through the power of our thoughts and emotions. And through the practice of meditation and mindfulness, we have learned to open the channels to our deeper self and the universe. Every challenge, every stroke of fate that we experience, carries a lesson in it, a message of the universe that brings us closer to our true self and our destiny. These experiences, as painful as they may be, are necessary steps on our path to growth and transformation. I would like to encourage you to go through life with an open heart and alert mind. Pay attention to the signs of the universe, trust in your inner voice and be brave enough to follow your own path. The universe supports you in every second, in every breath. Your life is a beautiful, dynamic work of art, shaped by your hands and the countless invisible hands that lead you. Finally, I invite you to share your experiences and stories. How did the universe speak in your life? What challenges have you overcome and what insights have you gained? Your story can be light and inspiration for someone who is currently walking in the dark. Share them in the comments, and let's weave a network of light and support together. This is not the end of our journey, but only the beginning of a new chapter. May every step you take bring you closer to your true destiny. May the light of knowledge illuminate your way, and may the universe always keep you in its loving embrace. I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your companion on this trip,